morning, everybody. Welcome to episode 4 of Gardening with Carol. Today it's about finding lost tools. Yes, it happened to me, and I'd like to say it rarely happens, but on Friday I was gardening with my soil knife to weed in another area, and I got done, I put everything away, or thought I put everything away. Then Saturday when I came out to weed along the fence back there, I went looking for my soil knife, and it was not to be found. So I used another very capable tool, but it wasn't the soil knife. So now we're gonna play Where'd Carol Lose That Tool? Which I know you play a lot in your garden too. Every gardener does. And then we'll give maybe a tip or two about how to keep from losing your gardening tools. So anyway, let's see where that gardening tool is. So when last I remember using my soil knife, I was weeding in this garden, which as you can see is mostly low plants. It's an area of high garden fairy activity, and so I don't want to say it's a crime scene, like they took them, but that soil knife, it might be somewhere in here. So we'll get down here and we will have a look-see very closely. So the soil knife has a brown handle, which makes it blend in. First tip, paint the handles of your tools some sort of a bright color so they stand out. I'll look, I'll be back. So I didn't find the tool over in that other bed, but I remember I came over here to weed a little bit, and here's this very miniature dianthus that I would love to remember the name of. It's in the basket of tags I'm still going through. And since it rained about 0.56 inches last night, it's too wet to do much in the garden right now. If it doesn't rain, I can do something later. I might have to just stop looking for the tool and go sort labels again. But anyway, I am still looking. Oh, tip number 2 coming up in the next segment. Okay, tip number 2 is to have a designated spot where you put your tools after you've used them so you can find them. So in this little container you can see I've got, this is a Cape Cod weeder, which by the way did an excellent job of weeding back along the fence, but it's not the soil knife. And there's a couple extra pair of gloves, my pruners, an extra pair of pruners, some safety glasses. And that's normally where I would put my soil knife, but it's not there. So anyway, tip number 2, put your tools back in a designated spot so you know where to find them every time. Let's go look for that tool again. So this is the point in the show when I'd say, Eureka, I found it. Except I didn't find it. So let me give you tip number 3. And that is to buy an extra of your favorite tool, which I would show you the extra soil knife, but I can't find it either. It's gone too. I don't know where they go. High fairy activity in the month of May, for sure. But never blame, just keep looking. So there you go, 3 tips for not losing your tools. Tip number 1, paint them a bright color. I didn't do that. Tip number 2, keep them in a designated place, which I mostly do except when I lose them. And tip number 3, have a spare tool, which I do, which I can't find. I hope this was helpful. If you like this video, give us a like and subscribe, and we'll bring you more quality programming from Gardening with Carol. That's it. Have a nice day.